Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. We are here reacting kind of to a trailer. This is the Hogwarts Legacy State of Play from PlayStation. If you don't know this about me, I really enjoy video games. I've posted a few video game related things here and there on the channel, but overall not a whole lot. I also really enjoy Harry Potter. You know, not necessarily a super big fan of everything that its creator has said over the past few years. You know, she who shall not be named is not the best person currently. But I still really enjoy Harry Potter. I think it's a great story. I've read all 7 books, so like the whole saga. I think I've read through all of them 3 times now. Mostly when I was younger, like when the 7th book came out, I think I reread all of it again. So that was like the 3rd time or whatever. Because those were some of the only books I had growing up. And so when you couple something I'm generally interested in Harry Potter, and something I'm like super interested in with video games, particularly like RPG type games, enter Hogwarts Legacy, which is I don't know if it's coming for current gen consoles or just like the next gen, like PS5 and PC and all that jazz. But it's supposed to be like set in the 1800s or something like that, and you like create your own wizard and you go about your story or whatever, being a wizard at Hogwarts in the 1800s. And it sounds dope, and I really want to play it. And they've kept like delaying it and you know, putting off showing more info about it, and a lot of people thought maybe it was gonna get canceled, and then like right as it reached the height of like, is this gonna get canceled, PlayStation is like, nah fam, here it is, State of Play Thursday. So it starts in about a minute. I'm just kind of waiting in the chat area or whatever until it starts in 57 seconds. Before we jump into it though, if you end up liking my reaction to this, please leave a like on the video. It means a ton to me and helps my channel out a lot. If you're new here, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see full uncut versions to any show or movie that I watch on the channel, consider checking out my Patreon. It is linked in the description below. But otherwise, let's check out the Hogwarts Legacy State of Play from PlayStation. May contain content inappropriate for children. Warner Brothers. Avalanche. I forgot. I don't remember what other games Avalanche has made. Didn't they work on Call of Duty? Theme in the background there.
Lumos.
In-game footage captured on PS5. Work in progress. So do you create your own wizard, or do you play as this guy?
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Welcome to Hogwarts Legacy.
How open world is
You're
this?
a new student at the famed School of Witchcraft and Wizardry with a unique ability to manipulate powerful ancient magic hidden in the wizarding world.
Interesting.
You'll need to uncover what's behind the return of this forgotten magic and who is seeking to harness it to destroy wizard kind, as you may be the one that decides the fate of the entire wizarding world.
Dang.
But before you can study magic and begin to solve these mysteries,
gotta get put
you
in the
must create
house.
the witch or
Oh,
wizard
lit.
you want to be.
So you can create your own wizard.
When you arrive at Hogwarts, you will be sorted into one of the 4 Hogwarts houses: Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw,
Yo,
or
I'm a
Slytherin.
Gryffindor for life.
After you settle into your dormitory, you will meet up with your housemates in the common room. You will then need to attend classes, and you do have some catching up to do, as you are starting Hogwarts late as a 5th
Stuttering
year.
there.
So you are the new student.
You'll begin your studies attending Charms, Defense Against the Dark Arts,
Yo, you ever play the
Herbology, and
old
Potions
school like
classes, to
PS1
name a few.
Hogwarts Harry Potter game?
Oh,
was
hello, class.
I think there's
Please
some
welcome the newest
PS2,
rose in
PS3
our
games
garden.
as well,
Shall we begin?
where you could kind of explore
Welcome
Hogwarts.
to year 5 of charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the
You can definitely
passion
tell
and
this is a
rigor
work in
requisite
progress.
of such a challenge.
The best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two.
Lots of
Time for a
lighting,
proper
pop-ins,
Hogwarts
and
welcome.
screen tearing, things like that.
You may begin.
Straight smoking this kid. That's a broken
Not
back.
bad for a beginner.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school.
Here, you'll meet your professors
That was
and
a
learn to cast
serious
spells,
blackface.
grow
I was like,
magical
"You're not
plants,
alive."
brew potions, and more. In between classes, you'll be able to explore the castle famous for its secrets, enchantments, and mysteries.
Yo, that
You'll
looks
discover
cool.
dungeons and secret passageways,
Ooh.
as well as challenging puzzles that will require magical skill and a clever mind to solve.
That didn't look like it required a clever
You may
mind.
even find yourself in iconic locations you've never been able to explore before.
Ooh, the goblins.
It's the late 1800s, so while the
The
common
elves.
rooms and classes may be familiar, most of your professors will not be. However, you may recognize a few faces.
Needly headless
All in
Nick.
good fun. Once Sir Patrick lets me join the Headless Hunt, I'll be right there with them. This offering is sure to win them over.
Don't forget why I'm here, sir.
You'll come to know this eclectic group of talented witches and wizards in class and while completing side assignments that are part of a special curriculum. Ones
Okay.
designed to help you catch up with the other 5th years at your own speed.
Lumos.
Opportunities for adventure abound in the area surrounding Hogwarts. The magical abilities you learn to master through your schoolwork will soon become tested as you unravel a dangerous mystery by working alongside the accomplished and yet enigmatic Professor Fig to try and discover if the
Professor
rumors of a
Fig.
mounting goblin rebellion hold any weight, and if the safety of Hogwarts lies in the balance.
I have opinions differ as to how great a threat he really is.
Wow.
Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize.
The wizarding world of this era is fraught with dangers. Creatures corrupted by a magical force, powerful goblins, and sinister witches and wizards, all willing to fight, even kill, to achieve their own goals. In fact, there's an uneasy alliance between the goblins and dark wizards.
You
Not
said
good.
you could get to the child when they came to Hogsmeade. That all you needed was a distraction. I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who is this child? Do you not telling me?
But perhaps you shouldn't involve yourself with that just yet.
Let's go.
I wonder, like, how extensive is this world that you can explore? I think that's the thing I'm most interested in.
Enemies possess unique defensive and offensive abilities, including blasting curses, stunning spells, enchanted weaponry, and more.
Throw that
While
rock at
some
him.
may attack directly, others might enchant and incapacitate you. Mastery of the shield charm allows you to deflect ranged spells and direct weapon strikes. Counterattack with powerful stunning
Exploded
charms,
that guy.
allowing you to follow up with extended spell combinations. Students
like,
who become particularly adept at spellcasting
it's like
will find
long-range
many ways to
Arkham
exploit
style
their
combat.
enemy's weakness. Slam with Descendo. Roast with Incendio. Devastate your enemies using various finishes. You can even use the mysterious, powerful magic your professors do not understand to obliterate your strongest foes.
Lightning magic.
Mixing and matching dozens of spells will let you define your combat style. On your path to become the ultimate duelist.
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time.
In addition to classes and spells, you'll have access to a deep set of upgrades, talents,
card game?
and skills to aid your progression as a wizard. Complete challenges throughout the world to earn experience. Level up your abilities by choosing talents to upgrade your spells, plants, and potions to increase their power. Decide which talents best fit your playstyle to allow you to focus on your favorite types of magic. You can also loot, buy, or craft your own magical gear that will increase your offensive and defensive capabilities in combat. Gear can be upgraded and specialized to allow for greater abilities for your chosen playstyle.
Use a strong, even motion when cutting your ingredients.
Okay. Neat. It's giving me bully vibes.
Spells are not the only tools at your
Rockstar game?
disposal in combat. As you hone your wand skills, you can continue to further your magical education at Hogwarts, progressing your development as a witch or wizard. Brew potions that can increase your power when you need a boost. Grow and deploy magical plants to mob the battlefield and keep your enemies at bay. You can even unleash deadly mandrake seedlings to incapacitate unsuspecting enemies. In Beasts class, you will learn about a variety of magical beasts you might encounter, both at school and as you explore the world surrounding the castle and its grounds.
The goal of today is to remind all of you how to maneuver on a broomstick safely.
Learning and mastering broom flight is highly recommended so that you may travel around the world more quickly.
Okay.
I want you to do my herbology homework.
So it is going to be a large open world that you can
Some abilities may be taught
travel
to you by students who
via
become your
broomstick.
friends. As you develop relationships with these schoolmates, they can accompany you on your journey
gang,
as your
gang.
companions. And over time, you'll learn their
Romance?
stories.
Can you romance them?
This is our chance.
Natsai Onai is a brave
Children's
adventurer
song.
driven by the justice
Hopefully
she seeks. Poppy Sweeting has a kind heart and loves magical beasts, connecting with them more easily than
That
with
egg
humans.
looks really good.
What happens now?
Unafraid of detention or breaking the rules
Sneaking in the restricted section again.
is Sebastian Sallow, a charismatic Slytherin
We've been over this, boy. Hogwarts cannot reverse a curse.
with a troubling family secret.
Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
You'll meet these students and more as you explore common rooms, hallways between classes, and regular gathering areas.
Welcome to the
Room of
Room of
Requirement.
Requirement.
So I wonder if you can only explore the common room that you are
One of the
assigned
most
to.
remarkable secrets of Hogwarts
That could facilitate
is known as the
multiple
Room
places.
of Requirement. You're introduced to this space that seems to sense what you need and then provides it for you.
Yo, what? Is it like a
Since you
home
need
base?
to catch up to your peers, the room provides space for you to sow and harvest plants, brew potions, and upgrade your gear.
Kind of like your home base room.
A helpful house elf named Deke helps you discover vivariums that allow you to nurture your own menagerie of magical beasts.
What is it?
Deke isn't sure. Only one way to find out.
You can freely customize this
Yo.
space to reflect your personality and magical specialties.
Okay. That's interesting. I feel like there's so much happening.
Not
there's
everything
so much
you
in
need
this
on your
game.
journey is available at Hogwarts. You'll want to visit the nearby wizarding village of Hogsmeade,
Classic
where loads of
Hogsmeade.
shops and vendors can provide you with the supplies you require.
Summon all the
Potion
supplies
ingredients
you
and
require.
recipes, to seeds for magical plants, to all sorts of gear. But Hogsmeade also has its dangerous side. A band of dark witches and wizards emboldened by the turmoil
with
of
the
the
top
times
hat.
wander the village outskirts. You must avoid them or defeat them. As you explore, you'll find the world surrounding Hogwarts is alive with activity, wonders, and areas of unusual interest. As the school year
Okay.
progresses, dynamic seasons and climates will fill the sky with lightning or sunshine.
Fun.
Or coat the ground with snow or rain.
That's cool. I like
Unique wizarding hamlets pepper the countryside, each with vendors and residents who have stories to tell, and missions with which they could use your assistance. Be on the
so
lookout
much
for
in this
enchanting
game.
magical
They
puzzles
just
that
keep
may
adding
very
things.
well have been designed by Merlin himself when he was a student at Hogwarts.
Merlin?
Magical
Was a
beasts roam
student
the
at
lands
Hogwarts? What?
outside the castle walls.
that what I
Some
just
have
heard?
been corrupted by a mysterious dark magic, while others are at risk of poachers and their traps. If you're feeling benevolent, you can rescue them and restore them to health in the Room of Requirement. But there are dangers beyond your understanding in the world as well. Dungeons and vaults hold perilous threats and also
they just
untold rewards.
Isn't it doesn't stop. They just keep adding things.
Be careful where you choose to explore, as it may lead you down a darker path.
Is there a morality system? You
Master
kill people?
spells. Befriend new allies. Journey across a landscape never seen before. Uncover ancient secrets. Combat mystical threats. Learn long-forgotten mysteries. Become the witch or wizard you want to be as you leave your unique mark on the wizarding world. Here, in Hogwarts Legacy.
Dang, man. Holiday 2022, so they're still planning on having it come out this year? I thought it got delayed to next year. I guess not.
That was your first extended look at Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, so it's
Now
also
let's
coming
hear
to
from
PS4.
the real wizards and witches behind the game.
Interesting. This seems like a very
attention to detail and
substantial
the passion
game.
and the love for this brand that the team has is astonishing.
Our team is so excited to take all of the love that they put into this as fans and give it to fans.
This is the game that they've dreamed of for 20 years.
I wonder if they'll say anything about the author of these stories.
The lore of the Wizarding World is already so rich, and all we had to do was harness those elements and build a game out of it.
The movies, the books, they all touched me in such a way that it makes me want to go to experience Hogwarts, makes me put in so much more detail into this game.
Concept art looks cool.
We really want to make sure that anything we add or anything we play with or anything that we explore really feels authentic.
Bringing to life just the charm and the love, everything we have for the books, and then marrying that with the iconic experiences from the movies that fans will recognize is really just the perfect handshake between the two.
Neat.
Just the discovery of like seeing things portrayed for the first time. Maybe they've read something and had a picture in their head the whole time, but then finally to get to touch it, to walk around it.
You've got all these elements that can come together to create this amazing AAA open world action RPG.
when it comes to the open world, we just knew it wasn't going to be enough to just stare out of the windows of Hogwarts and wonder what it's like out there. But the final question that fans ask is, what's beyond that? What's beyond the Forbidden Forest? What's going to be beyond Hogsmeade? What's beyond the Black Lake if I start traveling south? And we just felt like we had to answer those questions.
That's dope. I like that. This game looks so fun.
We were creating a real wide palette of opportunities and ways to explore the world. You're going to see different stories that are really exclusive to who you were in the world.
Hogwarts Legacy is an original story that takes place in the late 1800s.
You are a new student
Late 1800s.
who is starting at the famed School of Witchcraft and Wizardry as a 5th year, which is very unusual. So already there's a bit of an edge and a bit of a mystery.
The original story that we tell in the game
you're starting
is your
as a
story of
5th
what
year?
you did, in the Wizarding world that you haven't seen before.
Weird.
Or make our own magic with our story we're trying to tell.
Fans are familiar with the Wizarding world from, the 1900s and on, really. But now, with this world, we're able to sort of create a space that's their own. Fans of the series will know that ancient magic has been around for a long time, to say the least, and that Hogwarts itself is a stronghold of ancient magic. And the Avatar, the player, has the ability to sense it and possibly wield it or control it.
Our process of development started with rereading
How have we
the
not
books.
heard of this individual before?
And over development, we reread the books many times. Every time we start with a new feature, we dig into that. And then beyond, we would go into the films.
Being able to put our own spin on what this universe is was a pretty big deal. I helped design a piece that nobody has ever seen before, the Hufflepuff common room. As a Hufflepuff, you always wondered, what is my common room supposed to look like?
It's close enough to the world that we know that fans will recognize certain names, they'll recognize spells, they'll recognize certain locations.
I recognize that doorway, I recognize that classroom.
But mostly, it's going to be an entirely new Wizarding world that no one's ever experienced.
I like that. Don't necessarily want to tread over all the same
in the
stuff.
Wizarding world, what's the one anchor?
But
What's the
some
thing that
familiar
everyone
stuff
comes
is good.
back to? What's the thing that grounds it all and grounds all these characters and grounds all these
Harry
figures?
Potter?
And for us, we really felt like that
Magic.
answer was Hogwarts itself. That school, that famous school of witchcraft and
true. The
wizardry,
school is
is really what binds it all.
How to bring Hogwarts
Exploring
to
it in
life.
some of those older
That
games was
a
fun.
very big challenge because, as everybody knows, Hogwarts is huge.
Now we need to know exactly how this passage connects to this passage for a game, because you're going to have to walk it.
And of course, again, the Sentient Castle, it's got new surprises up its sleeves. It likes to keep its students on its toes. We've put so many little secrets and passageways and rooms in this castle.
We recreate those very important locations. And then there's these other places that are only mentioned in the books or just alluded to. And we have to make the connective tissue that brings all of it together.
Adding a world that is a breathing, living world is very hard to do because it's all about the details. And as a concept team, we really got into those details and studied history, studied architecture.
I hope that when fans play the game, they get as lost in it as I do. I can just be reviewing a side mission, and all of a sudden I find myself wandering Hogwarts for like 45 minutes because it's so beautiful.
The community is absolutely going to
Sweet.
love Hogwarts Legacy.
It's going to be so fun.
Get that letter to Hogwarts and go to Hogwarts.
We're so excited for people to come to this, to inhabit it, to actually enter the Hogwarts that we built. This is your Hogwarts legacy.
It looks really fun.
We truly hope you enjoyed the Hogwarts Legacy State of Play. Our team is so grateful for the excitement and for the passion that all of you bring to this. It's truly what fuels us. On behalf of our team at WB Games Avalanche, we want to thank you for being here today, and we'll see you at Hogwarts.
Okay.
That's our show.
So
we
it
hope
looks
you're
like
excited
they're
for the
not
magic
going to say
come.
anything
See you next time.
about J.K. Rowling, which may be a smart move on their part. Who knows? Okay, I think that's the whole thing. Looks dope. Okay, that honestly looks like a lot of fun. I generally like that style of game in general. Like open world RPGs are my jam, unless it's the newer Assassin's Creed games. Not if it's a modern Ubisoft game, not my jam. If it's generally like an actual open world RPG, freaking love that. So it looks like you are creating your own wizard in the late 1800s and entering Hogwarts in your 5th year, which is, I guess, weird. So there's some story reasons behind why that's happening. But it looks like there's a lot of like going to class, exploring the castle, exploring the iconic locations around Hogwarts, exploring the world around Hogwarts, the actual open world part of it, and that introduces the more traditional open world elements like side quests and hidden areas and all that jazz. It seems like there's a lot in this game. Like they just kept like as they kept going, they're just like, and there's this thing, and then you can also do this, and then there's this, and it's like on the surface it seems like a really substantial game, which is something that I really enjoy. I hope it, like, there's been this trend in modern gaming with like live service games where they'll introduce this really cool concept and this really cool game, and they'll have a story element included in it, but then a lot of the side quests and a lot of these elements of the game are designed to draw it out and make you play for a long time and not have a lot of substance, so then they can introduce paid expansions later that in turn also aren't really that substantial in themselves. This one, I don't know. I don't know if they would go the same way at all, but this one seems different. It seems like there's built in a whole ton of stuff to do already that you know it's not going to require you to, it doesn't seem live servicey, right? Like it just seems like if you want to complete this game 100%, there's a lot of stuff you can do. Kind of like a Skyrim or The Witcher 3 or Horizon, but it's an RPG, so you're creating elements yourself. That can lead to some negative aspects, like the facial motion capture on the main character, not the strongest. That's a staple in RPG games where you create your own character. The mouths never look good when they're talking, and it looks like they definitely still need to work on some like lighting pop in and things like that, and some tearing here and there, but it is a work in progress, so that makes sense. They got half a year still to perfect this, but it just looks like a lot of fun. I like Harry Potter, I like video games, I like RPGs and open world RPGs. There's elements of upgrading your abilities, crafting different things. You can make new outfits, wear new outfits. You can have a room of requirement. It was kind of like a home base outside of your home room or wherever. But I think the thing I'm most interested in, which they touched on, is exploring Hogwarts. There's a few older Harry Potter games. There's one for the PS1, and then there's a couple, I think, for the PS2 and PS3 maybe, that I played, where like you could walk around and explore Hogwarts, and it was just a grand old time. And that was like back in the day when the worlds were small and tiny and not awesome. So the fact that they could be making this like substantial world is very intriguing to me. I think that's the thing I'm most interested in, is exploring Hogwarts and the secrets it holds. But yeah, I don't know. It looks fun. Let me know what you guys think of the game. Are you interested in Hogwarts Legacy at all? I'm super pumped. I'm definitely going to be playing it. I might like stream it on Twitch and then upload some of the gameplay onto YouTube. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely let me know. I mean, my streaming and gameplay setup is not great. Like my camera quality isn't amazing by any means, but I do my best. Yeah, so let me know if you're interested in that type of content. If you're interested in video game content in general, let me know. But otherwise, I think that's all I got to say. Thank you for watching. Again, if you liked my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a ton to me. If you're new here or find yourself coming back often, or are interested in seeing me dive into some more video game related things, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see any full uncut versions for any shows or movies that I watch on the channel, consider supporting me on Patreon. On Patreon, you can also do things like vote in polls for what shows and movies I watch next, and you can get featured in every single one of my videos. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.